know, this is the second video I'm filming this week. Wow. It's only because I put this on because I was expecting a FaceTime today from a guy. But then he told me he was busy and I said, that's okay, we'll do it a different day. But then he never said no or yes. So I'm sort of sat here with this on, waiting for him to either A, message me, or B, completely ignore me. I'm thinking he's going to completely ignore me, but we'll see. I'll tell you next week what happened. Again, this is just going to be a really boring chatting video about my life. If you are a drama student, or you want to be a drama student, or you like drama, or you want to get into drama, or anything like that, drama is the key word of this session. This video will just be about the different types of plays and stuff you get to do when you're studying it. Let's just hop into that little ride, shall we? So, in my first year of college, this is going back to 2014 now. Little Becky, braces, wasn't a look. In my first year of college, for the final performance thing of the year we had to do, I was in a play called Our Country's Good by Timberlake, Wanamaker. We only did an hour of it. We were only supposed to do 40 minutes of it, but you know, our director didn't understand the term 40 minutes. He heard, alright, I'll do an hour. Set in the 1700s, when the British prisoners would get sent away to Australia. And they put on a play, you know, make each other feel good and stuff. So we were in this play and I think my name was Mary. Was it Mary? Sarah? Basically, I play this main part in this play that they put on, very meta, and then I fall in love with one of these officer men, but then a prisoner guy fancies me as well, so I'm in like a love triangle. So it was a very confusing play, and it went on and on and on. I didn't get a very good grade for it, and I felt everyone in the audience getting bored as well, and you could tell everyone was just getting a bit, what's going on? I don't get it. I had a great time doing it. I had a great time rehearsing it. It was just a really dull play. So, then we move on to third year of college. Now, I did a lot more plays in third year. Excuse me. A play called Road by Jim Cartwright. Now, I knew that one straight off because it's actually a really good play and I actually really enjoyed doing that play. Now, I know why, but it's personal reason and I'm not going to say it. It was written in 1986. And it's very based around how Britain was at the time of Thatcher's ruling in Britain. So it's quite political, written around class. It's good though, it's a really good play. I recommend reading it. I was with a great group, oh my god. I was with a great group of people. And there's this one scene at the end where 4 characters are in a flat and they're all getting drunk and they're kissing each other and everything. One of us forgot lines. We'd never got that scene perfect, and one of us had forgotten the lines, and I knew it wasn't me because I have a talent for line learning. I'm good at line learning. I'm on it. But we were all sat there sort of giggling to each other and pretending to hiccup and stuff for a good minute, but also looking at each other like, it's not me, it's not me, it's not me. I can't remember. I probably did know at the time. So I sort of coughed while saying to the person next to me, say that line, say the line about blah blah. But it was a really hairy moment because I've never been in that situation before in my life and I was so scared. I had to do a play called Love, 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 and Love, Love, Love was written by Love, Love, Love was written by Mike Bartlett, set in 3 different decades, and it's mainly about a love story between Kenneth and Sandra. Sandra's a wild one and she's dating some guy and she goes to his house and his flatmate's there and she decides to get a bit, you know, excited with the flatmate instead of the boy she should be seeing, dating. She marries him, she has kids with him, they break up because they're both cheating on different people. Kids grow up, kids get a bit worse for wear, and they end up getting back together at the end. Again, I was in a good group, but I was told I should play the daughter. Can't remember her name for the life of me. I was told by the teacher, you'd be really good at the daughter. Now I wanted to push myself, and I felt like I've been put in this little box of do the nicey characters, don't do the ones that are like more than two-dimensional. So I was like, no, I'm sorry people, but I'm gonna try and do Sandra. Give it my best. And I did, and I did it. I didn't feel like I did very well, but I got a good grade for it. So, you know, I obviously did all right. I never really learnt it. It just sort of happened, and I feel like on the day I made it up. I just sort of bleh. But I was having a bad day because my boyfriend broke up with me the day before. And then to do a play like that the next day wasn't easy. Now I'm thinking about him. Don't think about him, Crumbie. It's not worth it. The third year of college was the best. First play that I did at uni was called... Oh my god! I know you wrote it. It's Tim Crouch. I'm gonna kick myself. That's not how you spell Crouch. It was called The Author. That shows how much I liked that play. I hated that play. I hated it. They first performed this play in the Royal Court Theatre, which meant that they were in like a black box setting, and they had two sets of seating just sat opposite each other like this. And it was 5 characters, 5 people, and they were scattered in the audience, and they just monologued about this play. It wasn't a real play, but they were talking about the problems that they had when performing and writing and all about this play. That's what this was. And because there was like 16 of us or something in the class, each character got split. So 5 people played Esther, for example. I was Esther. And I hated it because it made me feel vulnerable. I like doing theatre. I like being an actress because I get to be someone different. I get to sort of throw on this mask and be someone else. That's it. That's what I see theatre as for me. So doing this play, you are just a heightened version of yourself. You're just sat there. You're not trying to have different personality quirks. You're not trying to be larger than life. You're not trying to put on an accent or none of that. You're just you telling a story, and that's why I didn't like it. Other people might adore that type of thing. I know people that do, being immersive like that as well within the audience. I get why people would love that type of play. And I didn't get a very good grade for it either. Then we had second year. It's a bit dark in here now. First big play you do in second year is the Shakespeare module. My favourite Shakespeare is Much Ado About Nothing. I love it. And when I found out that that was one of the plays that I could have been in, I was fuming. So there was 4 groups, Much Ado About Nothing, As You Like It, Midsummer's Night's Dream, Tempest, and King Lear. I was in King Lear in the last one. I really enjoyed being in King Lear. It was fun. We had a good group. See, we were allowed to mix genders, so I was allowed to be Edgar. Now, if you know King Lear, you know how challenging the role of Edgar can be. But it was a fun role. It was so much fun to be, because I got to pretend to be crazy. I got to cover myself completely in mud and pretend to be crazy. It was great. We had a slit in the floor, so I had to slide my hands into this bag of face paint, pull it out, and it was like mud, and I rubbed it all over my hands and face. Oh, it didn't feel like an exam. That play did not feel like an exam. It was so much fun, and I got to use my stage combat skills in there as well when I got to fight Oswald. I never got to fight Edmund. He just made me get a gun out and shoot him. And I was like, oh, anticlimactic. I got to fight Oswald. Why can't I bash up Edmund in the face with my sword? No. So in between first year and second year, I went to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival, and I was there for a month. And I was in a play called Pornography by Simon Stevens. He is one of my favourite playwrights because he wrote Curious Incident of the Dog in the Night Time, which is my favourite play. And it's my favourite book. And I just love it. This play, because of its name, not necessarily the nature of it, just because of its name, we had to put it on at 10:30 at night. This play, again, I wasn't a fan of. It's written, the original text is written as monologues. I think there's 6 or 7 monologues, and they were split up. Again, they were split into sections so that we didn't perform, one person didn't perform their monologue, go, no. It was like they split the sections, so they were doing different sections, and we also had these screens, and we had to deliver our things just out to the audience in duologues. We were just talking out instead of looking at each other. It's a good play for anyone, again, for anyone who likes that type of theatre. I wasn't a fan. It's based around the time as well of the bombings in London in 2005 on the Underground. So all the stories sort of like cross paths with that incident. So then we move on to third year of uni. At University of Lincoln, they've got their own theatre space called the LPAC, and every year they put on a big panto for families, and I got to be in the panto. You have to audition for it as well, and it's also part of the course if you want to do that part of the course. So I got to be in the panto, and it was Rapunzel, and it was the best thing I've ever done. It was a proper run. It was a 2-week run show. It was funny, it was silly, it was all originally written, and I got to play a narrator. And then I was one half of a brother-sister duo. I can't stop smiling whenever I think about it. Everyone was so good, everyone was committed, and we also got paid for doing it as well because it was a professional thing. So I was like, oh, I'm a professional actress now because I've been paid. I did a solo performance. I made up a solo piece about saying goodbye to childhood. I feel like I could have done better. The grade I got wasn't the grade I wanted. But hey, I enjoyed it, and I liked the fact that I got to do something original. I got to make something up and see where my brain could take me. And I wanted to make a mess. That was my main thing. I wanted to make a mess and I wanted to have fun, and I got to do both of those things. But yeah, so those were the plays and things I've performed throughout my educational drama life. Those were the ones I sort of said were like the exams and stuff. Rapunzel was an exam, and Fringe was the Fringe. Not that I've never done a whole play. One day I'd like to. And I hope that you liked the plays I spoke about. That looks like a squirrel, but I don't know what it is. Cool, I will see you next week again.